Okay. Hi, so this is a product demo for the Recruiter Copilot that we are building, where you can create screening and then you can upload files in different formats, for example, zip, CSV, PDFs, and then you can see the stack ranking of all the candidates based on resume. And the platforms like GitHub and YouTube, right? So I will quickly share my screen to do a brief demo of our product. So for example, if you see here, this is my dashboard. I see all the screening that I created in past. You can go ahead and create a new screening. So for example, if I create for Java developer, I can have skills Java. Let's say I want to uh, the required experience is between 0 to 3, and you can choose the cloud services if you want, or any other requirements that you have. I'll go ahead and create a screening, right? So I've created a screening. I can upload files. For example, I'm uploading CSV file, which has candidate resume URL and platforms like GitHub and LeetCode, right? So it will take some time because what it does is that first is pass the resume and make it in a structure format from work experience to education. Then what it does is that it does some kind of scoring on resume, and also the platforms like GitHub and LeetCode, if candidate has mentioned any developer related platforms, it can be a LeetCode, GitHub, or even Stack Overflow, right? So that's why it takes a bit of time. So bear with me until the profile comes on the screen. Yeah. So basically, it's a server side events that we have put on. So UI is not calling for the data again and again, but whenever the data is ready from our database, it just push it to the UI, right? So if you see, we have Aditya, Mohit, and one more candidate. It's still processing probably. That's why you see invalid or null values. But if you see, Aditya has score of 2 star, Mohit also has 2 star, and if you can see it's a GitHub and LeetCode profile. And if you see, Ashutosh is also available now, which has 2.5 star after with LeetCode and GitHub, right? And you can also see the skills, relevant skills this candidate has with the company names and the experience that it got passed. Since it has no experience, I think it's a fresher. That's why you are getting unavailable. Sometimes it happens that the data is not passed correctly, right? It can happen because it's a tough problem to pass a resume. So you can go ahead and just edit like a Google sheet, right? So if you see something is not accurate, you can just update it. So what happened? Fresh. So you can, yeah, I think it just accept 1 year, right? So you can just put 1 year or something like that. So it will probably takes integer, and I was giving some text. Right. And similarly, you can add column to see, okay, which college they went to, right? So you can see college information, and was the source, like who uploaded this, which recruiter, because multiple recruiter can work on single screen. So you can see the source who has uploaded this resumes. Next, you can also do assessments. If so, we do assessment based on the GitHub and LeetCode. So, for example, if we don't have a GitHub and LeetCode of any candidate, we ask the candidate to upload it through the assessment process. For example, if I upload my resume, so I have a resume this, and yeah, it will take some time, right, for the same process again. So let me see if the data is available now. Yeah, so here it is, right? So here's my data where there is the name, my company name, and this core university that I went through. Right. So for example, if no data is available, so I'll ask to assess this candidate and I'll send this assessment, right? This will send email mail to selected. Yeah, confirm. Right, so probably I should get assessment. And the email is extracted from the resume itself. Sometimes it lands up in spam. Let's see, let's work. Okay. Email address. Spam. Right, so I visit this with this. I just report not spam and I'll go to inbox and then complete my assessment. So right, so I'll start assessment. I'll write my GitHub, which is VCN 4042. Lead code is Charlie 4042. It needs LinkedIn. We also scrape LinkedIn data, right? And in web development, I can write, yeah, Java. Okay, and I can just submit the assessment. Okay, I have to, okay, top 3. And then, yeah, assessment is done, right? So now it will take, it doesn't happen in real time. It take few minutes, but we should be able to see the scores there. Also, the assessment candidate comes here, right? So in the assessment candidates. Right, so let's refresh it and see if the data is there. So it's still taking some time, right? So it takes time because we have to go through lead code and GitHub and scrape the data, right? So now if you see my score is increased to 1 star and I have GitHub and lead code as well, right? So this is the product that we are working on. There is we continuously striving to improve our product, and we are in talks with recruiters for whatever the requirements that have, and continuously adding the new feature. So yeah, so that was all about the demo, and hope you like it. Thanks.